Now we're recording.
Now we're recording.
Here we are at Rick Walker's homestead. I've been graciously offered to spend the night here and watch Rick make some quality boilies. So Rick, what's your big secret?
Mike, I think it's time, preparation, knowledge. I don't think experience can really be underestimated at this point, because I actually have made almost 2 pounds of boilies before.
Now let it be known that Rick makes boilies. I think they're about 60 mils. At least.
Donkey chokers. Okay, so as you'll notice, we're going to start out with a dozen eggs.
Right.
Yep, we've got those in the pot. Now this is a very scientific and proven recipe. We're going to put 2 pounds of boilie shop mix in there. Now that's a little bit more than 2 pounds, but that's okay.
Well, what the heck?
Well, what the heck, exactly.
Now Rick, what about those eggshells?
Well, Mike, it's funny you bring that up. This is a boilie, well, it's a potato masher, but we're going to grind that up. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why is he using a boilie making tool like that to make mashed potatoes? On nights when he's not making boilies. And again, it's just a convenience thing. So that's about all it for the boilie making tool there. Oh, flavor. Oh, good Lord, Mike. Let's take a moment and discuss flavor. Carp have an incredible sense of taste and smell, which I don't think you can overlook something like that. So we're going to address that right now. We'll go to the hidden carp flavoring section.
Look at this, and you'd think there'd be like breakfast stuff up here.
Oh gosh, no.
This has nothing to do with human food at all. This is like the carp spice rack, so be it.
Well, that's human spice rack, carp spice rack.
Okay.
Okay, put a lot more thought into this one. Okay, we're going to go right to Mr. Big. It's a lovely smell. It's got kind of a Robitussin 44 kind of smell. And again, you want to get just
this has
the
to
right
be exact, right?
It has to be exact.
Critical.
Well, you'll notice the viscosity. So I'm measuring that by eye, and let's give it a good dollop. There you go. I feel good about that. That's a good mix. Now, I just happen to have some boilie shop egg yolk dye. So that's going to give us a nice yellowy orange color. And again, you want to be very scientific with your measuring process.
I mean, within a mill or two, I'm assuming.
With a mill, yeah, I got. Well, here they are. Let's see. I think we're going to use that one. Okay, that's enough of that. And we got some kosher salt here. We'll just put a little bit of that in there. Carp like salt, they really do.
Aren't you supposed to go bam when you do that?
Bam! How's that? Okay, let's get the measuring device out of the way.
Actually, salt is something I just started using in my mixes just recently. I think it makes a difference.
I've seen some older competitors on the tournament circuit, and you know who you are. Went to Tractor Supply store and bought mineral blocks, broke them up with a hammer, and seasoned their peg with it. They didn't necessarily win, but it was fun to watch. Okay, so I'm going to keep a little bit of that boilie mix out.
Just in case you need to thicken it up a little?
Yep. Okay, so let's get right in there. Let's just get right in there. Oh, that's nice. That is, I may need a moment here.
Okay. I might step back a little bit here.
I would if I were you. So we're getting a good mix here. This is going to be very, very dry. We want these boilies to be dry and firm enough that we can boil them right tonight. So let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, mix those right up. Now, carp love these minerals, so why not leave the eggshells right in there? Good source of calcium and
crunch factor.
Crunch factor. Yep. So what I'm thinking is we'll give them the calcium, so God forbid I don't actually catch them. They'll be healthier and happier for the next time I go fishing.
Smells pretty good.
So we're gonna cut the tape right now,
okay.
And we'll spend another couple minutes mixing this up, and then we'll come back in a second.
You got it, Chief.
Welcome to Rick's Kitchen. Well, Mike, it's been about 10 minutes of hard work to get this dough where we want it. You'll notice all those nice eggshells in there. I like the contrast from the white to the orange. This mix is pretty tough.
Looks like a cow chip to me.
Well, you know, it is what it is, you know, and it is what you want it to be. So we'll go with that. Now, I don't have a rolling table. I'm going to be out of the boilie business as soon as I'm out of this mix. So there's my boilie right there.
Wow, look at that. That's like freaking perfectly round.
Yeah. So again, we're gonna cut, and I'm gonna roll up this will make ideally this size about 120 to 130 boilies.
But we all know you don't roll that size.
It could make 4 boilies if I get tired. So anyhow, we'll cut again, and we'll come back when it's ready to boil.
Good enough.
Well, Mike, it's been about half an hour, and we've rolled all these boilies by hand. Again, to reiterate, 2 pounds of mix, 6 eggs, an undetermined amount of flavoring and color of your choice, with a poundful of salt. So here we are. We've got our boilies. These are in the raw. So with all that egg in there, what we're going to do is boil them for about, we're bringing the water to a boil. And they're going to spend about 3 minutes in boiling water. We'll pull them out, set them back on the screen, put it over the dehumidifier, and dry them out. They'll be ready to go. It gets very hot and sweaty when you're making boilies, and I just happen to have this perfect little towel to wipe my brow. Chattahoochee carp anglers. Yeah, baby. So now we'll be shifting over to the stove. As soon as the water's boiling, we'll get her done.
Notice how the ones on the right are perfectly round. Those are the ones I rolled.
That's Mike Dragone speaking. He may or may not drink his bath water. I don't see any difference between his and mine. I mean, that's no difference there. And what I would like to point out is there are significantly more on this side and significantly less.
It's quality, not quantity.
Carp don't care, Mike. Okay, we'll cut out for now, and you can rejoin us later at the stove. Mike, we're at the exciting part of the boilie production process.
That must be where they get the word boilie from.
Boiling water. Boilie, boiling, boilie, boiling. Got it? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, we could introduce these one at a time, or we can dump them in mass. To dump them in all at once would be incredibly dangerous.
Plus, it would reduce the water temperature too fast.
Right. So what we're going to do is use a smaller bowl than the top of that. We're going to get that in there, and we're just going to kind of trickle them in a little bit. There we go. There they go. Come on. Come on. There. We got it in. Nobody got scalded.
No, we didn't change the temperature of that water, did we?
No. No. But what you want to do is make sure you keep them loose.
Agitate.
Yep. Because they will set up, and if they form a big glop in there, that's it, you're done.
So how many minutes do you let them boil usually?
Well, it's going to take probably another, I'm going to cover this right up. It'll probably take another 4 or 5 minutes to bring it back to a boil, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Mm-hmm. And then I'll let it boil for about 3 minutes. And then we'll pull them back out with a scoop, set them down on a towel that I'll have right here, and then we'll go from there.
Why don't you tell the audience about your little adventure here with your boilie campaign and what you're trying to achieve?
Well, the goal is I want to actually fish a bed of boilies with a snowman, like a pop-up rig, no particles.
Strictly boilies, nothing but.
Strictly boilies. You know, if you're wealthy or you're sponsored by somebody, this is an option. For the average guy, fishing a bed of boilies is not financially reasonable. So this is my one big opportunity, and by God, we're going to take it.
Cool.
I'm going to fish, these will end up being about 25-30 feet off the shore, on a stone where it drops off, and it's going to be probably about 6 feet of water.
Well, I won't be around to videotape those captures, but I expect to see some photos of those.
Well, we will certainly do our best. Okay, now they're starting to stick to the bottom, so we want to make sure we get them off there. You can see they're kind of getting a little pale. That's the egg cooking.
You know what I always said about carp fishing? If you ever broke your leg, you could live for quite a while because you got plenty to eat and you could drink the lake water. So you could survive quite a while until someone found you.
That's good solid thinking, Mike. Let me know how that turns out.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're, it wasn't that quick, and now we're back to a boil. If I put the top back on, it'll boil right over, so we don't want that. So I'm actually going to turn it down just a nibble. Got my timer right there, and we'll wait till about 9:17 or so. They've been cooking the whole time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Rick Walker's Kitchen Boilie Extravaganza.
Glad you could join us here in Rick's Kitchen. Until next time, thank you.